Oh no! What is this? Oh man, I done got myself into something. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? AZD here with you. Stuck in traffic right now. Really don't know what's going on. But I'm trying to work on myself, become a better person, doing some personal development, learning about finance and making myself a better person, being more financial literate. Just want to come on here, chop it up with everybody, see if everybody's doing great, doing well, not great, but doing good, surviving, living, doing the best we can with our circumstances. So I just wanted to come on here to talk about, personal development as well as the education of finance because I think these things right here are two important things that we can apply to our lives to make our lives better. Now, I've been on a mission of auditing myself, been on a mission of personal development, been on a mission of self improvement. Ooh, yeah, self improvement, personal development, and how it's going to play out with life going forward. It's a lot of things that's going on uh, in the world right now. Some things we know about, some things we don't have any idea about. But we have to live our life to the best of our ability. And with that, we have to have some personal development. We have to have some good self improvement going on, have the right mindset, right focus. So we just gonna be chopping it up on this live, talking about personal development, self improvement, education of finance, especially personal finance, getting um, getting in tune with personal finance, financial literacy, in order to make ourselves better, right? So hopefully some people hop on here. We're gonna talk about it. Give me some of your opinions and thoughts about it, because in today's time we can get sidetracked with what's really going on in our life because we're not working on ourselves. We're not making ourselves better. We're not working on self improvement. We're not working on our personal development. We get caught up into like the mainstream media, the popular stuff that's going on, the he said, she said type stuff. And then next thing you know, around the corner, you got a problem, a situation that you got to solve, but you don't know how to solve it because you're not working on yourself. You're not making yourself better. And the idea of this video, this live right here, is coming from me auditing myself. Sam Griffiths, what's going on? Shout out to you. Now I ain't getting. I'm in traffic right now, so I'm in like standstill traffic. So I'm not moving too swiftly or nothing like that. I just got to pay attention. But like I said, you in the live in the drive with AD, and we're gonna be talking about some personal development, working on our personal development, self improvement, in addition to the education of finance, because a lot of us is losing our way because we're not financially literate. We're not literate about um, acquiring assets. We're not literate about investing. We're not literate about trading, investing, and trading. So as we go along in this live, they must be having some event down here because it's packed on this bridge right now. As we go on this live, we're going to be discussing that, like how can we improve ourselves? How can we work on our self improvement and personal development and make ourselves better in order to, go through the storms that we're going to go up against? Because anything in this life ain't easy. Life is not easy. Yeah, man, we got to work on ourselves, man. Working on myself. So what I did, like I said, I was auditing my life, and it was an interesting it was an interesting project because I actually got it the idea from one of my coaches. I was in one of the, I think it was a class or something like that. It was a Zoom class with one of my coach, and I asked some question, and he said, "Well, what are you doing? Are you auditing your life?" And I was like, "What you mean auditing my life?" He said, "Are you auditing your life?" And I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "Why you going on like you don't know what audit mean?" I was like, "Well, you know, you do audits for like your paperwork or taxes and stuff, business and stuff like that, but never really thought about auditing my life. Like, really look at your life in terms of your physical well-being, in terms of your mental well-being, in terms of your financial well-being, in terms of your mindset, in terms of your spirituality. You could be religious, you could be Christian, Muslim, Jewish, whatever it is. Just audit yourself and see where you stand at point." And I started to audit myself, and I was finding out a lot of stuff in my life, a lot of things, physical things, a lot of um even people in my life, just a lot of things it wasn't mathing. The math wasn't mathing, right? The math wasn't mathing. Some of the math that wasn't mathing was I was spending money on, what is going on? Must be an accident. I was spending, like, you have automatic payment withdrawals coming out of your bank account for like different things, streaming apps, membership things here and there, a wide variety of things, right? And once I started auditing my life, I started realizing that I was wasting some money. I started realizing I was wasting energy on certain situations. I started realizing I was wasting my energy on problems that is not even in my hands anymore. So I had to start letting go of some of the problems, some of the situations, start focusing on it, revamp my plans. That was one thing. If you A good idea to keep a journal. Like, I want to know what this traffic. It's a good idea to like keep a journal or just keep a track of what's going on in your life. Like, it don't have to be daily or whatever like that, but it could be. Jeez, it could be a way that you write down your thoughts, you write down what's going on in your life, you write down your progress, you write down um, some of the things that you've been through, right, in order to overcome the obstacles in life, right? So that's what comes through with audit in my life because I was stagnant in some things, right? Some things wasn't making any sense. Um, Going about life with just, let me say it like this. So basically, I was going, life was just happening, right? I didn't really have a full control of life. I wasn't controlling my destiny. So that's what the audit came down to. The audit came down to self improvement, working on my self improvement, my personal development, working on myself, seeing what's serving me and what's not serving me, see what's benefiting me, what's not benefiting me. By auditing my life, I've come to find out that in a way I was hoarding, right? I had stuff in my life that I really didn't need anymore. I had I had a storage unit with stuff in it that I don't even know why I was paying for the storage unit because most of the stuff I haven't even looked at in months, probably even years. Mitch, what's going on? How you doing? Shout outs to you too. Lorraine, Sam Griffin, big shout outs to you. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm Mitt, Mitzimic, Mitzimic. Shout out to you. But oh, I should have got over that one, huh? So where I was at, so like, yeah. So what I was saying is, I was auditing some things in my life and coming to find out that I was basically like almost hoarding stuff, right? I had a storage unit, and basically I had stuff in the storage unit from like years ago. I think from one of the move I did. I think I moved from one apartment or something like that. So I ended up putting stuff in storage, and then the storage unit just kept going up more and more price. So I like, doing this audit and stuff like that. Let me audit exactly what's going on. Actually, I have more than one storage unit. So let me put that. Let me be more transparent. I have more than one storage unit. The storage units was going up on prices, and I was paying for the storage units. And a lot of the stuff in the storage units really didn't have no purpose for me. A lot of it was some of my kids' old toys, old clothes, just a wide variety of things that I has. Okay, audit, get rid of that. Okay, audit, downside, get rid of some of the storage. Audit, okay, get a different place where I can store stuff that's cheaper than this 2 units. So that's part of the self development, right? So as I was doing that and learning, okay, I have to work on my health. So auditing myself, okay, cut back on the junk food, right? Especially uh, with my age, I'm getting older up there in age, right? So I have to, cut back on the junk food, cut back on the sugar, um, the intakes of pasta and all that stuff. So you have to really audit your life, right? Make sure your health is going good. Make sure your mental health, your physical health. Audit your life in terms of your spirituality, your mindset. Where's that at? And then you start to understand that some things that you was doing, like I said, it wasn't serving you. Some things that it wasn't beneficial. So now it's time to revamp the plan. It's time to go back to the drawing table and work on things like try to make things better. Personal development, self improvement. Everything's not going to be the same forever, right? So we have to work on ourselves, work on our personal development, work on our personal development, and improve ourselves, improve our lives, right? By going through, like I said, if you go through the audit, right, and just look at the way things is in your life compared to 3 months ago. Look at things in life compared to a year ago and start auditing your life to make yourself better, right? Shout out to everybody who's on here. Appreciate you guys being on. I'm stuck in traffic, so I just wanted to come on here, chop it up with you guys. We're talking about self improvement. We're talking about personal development. We're talking about education and finance, auditing your life, getting things right because its changes are happening, and you can even see the changes happening by how fast time is moving, how things is just changing. Technology, like finance, money, all that stuff, government, right? So we gotta stay on top of things because you have to continue to grow. Because if you're not growing, then you're dying, right? So personal development, self improvement. Shout out to everybody who's on here. Thank you for the likes. Let me hit the comments up real quick. Lorraine, shout outs to you. Mitz, what Mitz says, are you doing? I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing good. Thanks you, Mitz. Um, um, I'm in the U.S., the state of Connecticut. Actually, I'm in the capital of Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, and it's cold where I'm at right now. It's fall season, but we just had a little wintry mix. But winter don't start until like the 21st, I think, or something. 21st of December. So I'm just here doing what I gotta do. Shout out to everybody that doing what he gotta do. Like right there, I see him, a man out there panhandling because he gotta get some money to do what he gotta do, right? So you just gotta grind it out, grind it out, and do what you gotta do. Improve yourself, right? Improve yourself, self improvement, work on yourself to make things better, make things a better way. If you got family, you definitely want to work on yourself. And in a way, while I was auditing my life or looking at my life, um, I'm from Hartford, Connecticut. Originally from Jamaica, born in Jamaica, but then I moved to the States when I was younger. So now I'm in Hartford, Connecticut, and doing what we got to do to make things work out, live life, right? Build wealth, health, wealth, and strength. Trying to get all that together, especially like I said, if you have family, if you have offspring, you want to have your stuff in order. You have your ducks in order. You get everything lined up right, just in case the unfortunate things happen. You want to make sure that your offspring is all right, your family is all right, right? So that comes between the auditing myself, the personal development, the self improvement, auditing myself, and then I start to realize like I probably need to be more selfish in life, like more selfish in life in terms of looking out for yourself, right? More selfish in life in terms of looking at yourself, looking after yourself to make yourself better, to make yourself better by improving your personal development, improvement, self improvement, learning about finance, learning about even what's going on in the government, right? So the personal development, the finance, the self improvement, all that stuff kind of work hand in hand when you're trying to make yourself better in life, right? Trying to have a better life, trying not to be stagnant in life, trying not to be complacent in life, right? Just don't want to be compliant. to everything. That's you want to live life. You just don't want to let life happen to you. So that's one another thing that I've learned over the past months, over the past year or so, like that, right? Just don't let life happen to you. And it's okay to be selfish, right? It's okay to be selfish and take care of yourself, your well-being. Take care of yourself and your well-being. It's okay to be selfish because if you can't take care of yourself, like if you go on an airplane, they say, okay, if something happened, you got your kids with you, and we have to have oxygen. First, you hear the flight attendant say, first you put the mask on yourself, right? You put the mask on yourself, then you put it on your kids. But shout out to everybody who was on here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys, talk to you ladies, talk to the community about personal development, self improvement, and learning about personal finance, education of finance. So once again, it's NZD. Hope you got some value out of this. Hope y'all was hearing me. I don't even know if this earpiece was working, but thanks everybody for being on here. M74T, shout out to you, M74T. Thank you for being on here. Um, Mitzim, Mitzim Carti, shout out to you. Lorraine Payer, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody on here. Make sure y'all hit that button, hit that like button, that subscribe button. I'll be coming on here more often. I know I keep saying that, but I'm gonna start coming on here more often and talk to the community. Catch up with you guys. Voice our opinions, our thoughts on how we can make one another better, how we can improve on ourselves, which then can help improve on one another. How we can have some personal development, some personal growth. Because if we're not growing, like I said, if we're not growing, then you don't be dying. You don't want to be dying and stuff. Like, don't let life happen to you. Live life, right? So, once again, personal development, self improvement, some education about financing, personal finance, and all that stuff. Investing and trading, and let's live life, man. Don't let life happen to us, man. We just got to take it by the hand and live life. So, once again, it's Andy D. I'll talk to you guys later.